Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to start with our coverage of the latest influx of really cool and original decks that did well at previous tournaments from Stuttgart, Brisbane, and Toronto, starting off with good old Durant. Every time I feature Durant, you seem to have enjoyed it, so I figured why not lead with it. The Devour attack allows you to discard top card of your opponent's deck for each of your Durant in play. And of course, we're going to be able to get those with Battle VIP Pass, with Level Ball, with Quick Ball, and also Hisui and Heavy Ball in case we priced any. Now, outside of Durant, we have Yveltal, Cry of Destruction to help deal with both Mew and Lugia, though with only two of them, it's not as impactful as the other decks that do play 4. We also have access to Cast Form. Yeah, this Pokemon is not here to attack or do anything other than offer free retreat, so I can promote that Cast Form once a Pokemon has been knocked out. Play the Yellowthorn, confuse your opponent's Pokemon, and then you can retreat into a Durant and start discarding cards while they struggle to get out of the active spots, or they have to flip to try and knock out your Durant. And with decks playing very few switching outs lately, which is something we saw exploited at this weekend's regionals, then it makes sense for this card to be really good. I also have Pikumuku with the Picha Pikumuku ability to draw an extra card every time you find it. And we also have a Radiant Venusaur's ability, Sunny Bloom, where you may use this ability to draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand, and combines really nicely with the 4 Peony that this deck plays in order to discard your hand, search your deck for 2 training cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then you shuffle with Radiant Venusaur. We also have Bruno, since our Pokemon are very frail and will be getting knocked out very quickly. We also have 4 Rescue Carrier to recover those Durants and make sure we are discarding 4 cards or at least 3 cards every single turn. We also have Sydney to attack the hand, Serena to Ghost, Clara to recover the Durants once again, and we have Cape of Toughness to increase their HP, make them less weak to something like Cramorant abuse, and we have Rose Tower to replenish our hand, Pokegear to help us find further supporters, and the aforementioned Yellowthorn so that your opponent's Pokemon are confused, and it makes it harder for your Durants to go down. Let's jump to the ladder, see what we can do with this deck. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, so we're going to start off with a Cast Form. We are going second, and we do have access to potentially 3 Durants, so pretty good. Yeah, pretty good situation to be in. We are up against a Lost Box deck, so this is where the Cape of Toughness will really allow Durant to survive quite a bit and allow it to really have durability against the Cramorant attacks. So that's going to be pretty cool. We'd also... Okay, my opponent just decided to give us a victory. Alright, on to the next match. Alright, so did give out a mulligan here in this match. Now, we don't have a great hand now. With no Peony and no Scoop of Nets, that Radiant Venusaur is certainly trapped in the active spot. So unless we get a good top deck, it's gonna be a little dicey right here. But we'll see. The Sydney could come in really good here for us in a weird situation. My opponent, looking at my grass deck box and also my Radiant Venusaur in the active, they could suspect that they're up against like a weird grass deck maybe. If they see my name, they'll probably be able to determine what deck they're up against, but I don't know. Maybe there's a world where they don't actually figure it out. So we do see them playing basic energy, however, so very surprising on that account. Alright, let's lead with the Sydney. So very decent hand for my opponent. The fact that they attach to the active does allow me to... no, never mind. They're just going to evolve. Never mind. Okay. Well, we're actually in a really awkward situation. I also managed to prize 1 Durant. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this other Durant. I think I have to play the Yell form, basically because of my current hand. No, not you. I'll do the pitch of Pikumuku. See what I get off of that. Okay, Bruno is decent for next turn. So now I got saved the Yell form. I don't have the cast form though. Sure, I'll pass. Okay. So not the best, not the worst. I generally hope my Radiant Venusaur just goes down and then I have access to the Bruno, so that's reasonable. Of course I didn't know, but the Bruno otherwise finding a cast form would have actually been a much better choice, but how are you supposed to know that, right? Alright. So we are going to see a Cramomatic discarding a Power Tablet that was my opponent's top deck because their hand was Quick Ball, New VMAX, Power Tablet, Power Tablet. They do discard the other Power Tablet, realizing that they don't need that to take easy knockouts on my Pokemon. Now, seeing the basic Psychic energies, I would not be surprised to see Fusion Strike energies as well. Another interesting thing here is that they chose not to go for a third Genesect, so that probably gives me the information that they priced it, most likely, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in most universes, the reason you don't grab Genesect there is because you price two of them, but we'll see. There's the energy attachment. No boss just yet. The rescue carrier cannot recover the Radiant Venusaur. The only card that can is Clara. Now my opponent pitches a 4th MUV, but is hesitant on using the second Genesect, which is like a little counterintuitive, right? Like if you're not going to use the Genesect, then why would you bench that? If you are, then like fully commit to it. I mean, I'm happy them using the Genesect in a way, especially if I can make them with some attacks through the use of Yell form at some point. Definitely not this upcoming turn, but we'll see. Best case scenario off of the Bruno, I'm able to find like the cast form, making Hitsuyan Heavy Ball, and then something else along those lines. And the energy, rather. That would be the dream. But continuing to Thunder deck, which I am happy about. Powering up Genesects instead of Muse is an interesting decision. They did play one Power Tablet, so they can take a knockout with Max Miracle on the Radiant Venusaur. One turn. Okay, this does allow me to play the Yell form. I feel like this is worth it actually, because it also thins the deck to an extent of 2 cards, which is pretty good. And there we go. Alright, so energy, Hitsuyan Heavy Ball. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Almost perfect, in fact. We're just missing the pivot of the cast form, which I'm sure we can just find later on. We also have the Evil Doll to potentially punish plays by my opponent. Can't draw any cards, no need to do anything else right here. We're just gonna devour 4 cards from my opponent, one of which was an energy, the other which was a training cord. And there's already an escape rope. Oh, actually, it was phone, escape rope, fusion strike, training cord. So the escape rope is the most impactful card by far, for sure. Training cord, possibly less so. Depends on how many basic energies they do play. But if they only play the one, then I'm actually in a really good spot. And there might be merit to using Yveltal because my opponent chose the energy placement very peculiarly. Alright. With decent follow-up hand, decent chance to find a useful support turn in Peony or Bruno off of the gear. I haven't checked my prizes beyond the Durant, so that is something important to note. I'm going to just decides to risk the attack and flip tails. That is actually fantastic for me. So I feel like at this point I should just commit to the decking out. Very nice. I mean, very lucky. On average, they should be able to take a KO this turn, right? So now it was double quick ball, Rose Tower, and Alessa Sparkle. Clearly they don't have a switching card. Clearly they don't have any way to draw extra cards off the Genesect. That is less than ideal, but I mean, another turn where Durant survives is always good. There's a second basic energy, which I did suspect that they were going to be playing. Alright. Now they do flip heads, which makes sense, right? 50-50. That's completely fair. Alright. They are still confused, however, which is good. I mean, the Rose Tower is good, this is good, the Rescue Car is good. I feel like I should just get rid of this for now and establish the cast form, because if they ever get rid of the confusion, then I really do want to re-confuse them. Did notice that another Bruno was prized, which is perfectly fine. We're gonna devour for 4 more cards. And there's a switch. Perfect. Perfect switch along with Alessa. That's 3 Alessas already gone. Can't fathom them playing 4. So, but the escape rope and the switch, those are the big cards that we've hit so far. I would not be surprised to see a head flip by my opponent. Not much I can do about it, really. Gonna go for the boss strategy once again. Alright, and then they hit themselves. Okay, now this one hurts way more. Okay. Well, that's very lucky on my part, not gonna lie. Alright, let's promote the cast form for now, which does have retreat. Let's go ahead and draw 1 card. That was very lucky, not gonna lie. That was extremely, extremely lucky. And we're gonna devour 4 more cards. So nothing too impactful this time around. Crystal, well, the Mew VMAX actually. The Mew VMAX is potentially impactful. Reduces the possibilities of retreating into a Mew VMAX. We have not seen a single double turbo though, which I'm very surprised. Maybe opponent's just not playing double turbos and just playing heavy psychics. Maybe. Could be. But so far, so good. So far, so good for us. Alright, there's the escape rope. So I do plan on confusing my opponent next turn, so I can give up a Durant. Also down 2 escape ropes, 1 switch, so at most 1 switch left, probably. The issue for them is that they spread the energies, and also they don't have another VMAX. So they have only 1 attacker. So it's not the best use of their resources. But sure, they take a KO, I'll confuse them, get back to Durant, draw a few extra cards, and then devour once again. I need 3 more devours to win this game. They need 4 more attacks out. Like, I need 3 attacks after they attack me, and they also need 3 attacks. So on paper, I should be able to win this, regardless of if they get out of the confusion or not. Alright. Nothing yet. There's a Max Miracle. Alright. Now we promote the cast form. This is the reason why the cast form is here 100%. We confuse the Mew. We also get to cape off toughness so that we actually survive the Max Miracle damage now, which is really good. We'll get back the Durant, make sure we're discarding 4 cards, draw a couple more, and get an energy as well, which is fantastic. We'll go ahead and retreat. And we will go ahead and say bye-bye 4 cards. So another energy, I'm pretty sure we can safely confirm that it's now all basic energies plus the fusion energies, no double turbos, which is very questionable, not gonna lie. Very, very questionable by our friend here, but it's out for me. Should be a solid win right here. Alright. chooses a powered up Durant this time, but flips tails. So that is 100% game, right? I need 2 more attacks. Everything is powered up, and there's the victory. All right, pretty solid showing by the deck. Let's play one more. All right, we have another very solid start. This time around, we are up against Lugia, and so far we certainly have a 3-card discard on turn 1, which is really good. There is part of me that wants to establish the cast form right away this upcoming turn so I can actually abuse the Yellhorn, like at the cost of discarding 1 card. That could be the plan. One big counter to this strategy and or deck could be not Emerald, Virizion V, which with its ability, I forgot the name, prevents your opponent from, or prevents your Pokemon from getting any sort of special conditions. So I could see myself choosing to do that. All right. With that Cape of Tablemon, I mean, assuming it was available. I'm gonna do this. Are going to do this. Try and have my opponent invest a little bit more resources and prevent a weird, not a weird, but prevent a situation. Why Bruno here? Prevent a situation where my opponent can just take 2 free prizes with the Stoutland early on. Alright, pays off. We also have double Pokegear as follow-up, hopefully for... actually, no, we don't have a way to find energy of a Peony, so... Could get dicey if this Durant gets KO'd. Could actually get a little dicey here for me. Alright, with the Archeops. So I did hit Aurora and Incense. Oh no, Aurora and Lugia, sorry. So there's a Lugia V-Star. We'll be able to get both Archeopses out, I imagine. They have 1 in their hand. The question is, do they have a way to discard it? And if they do, it's gonna be like a really big commitment for them to retreat and attack. They could actually fully reset that with Abledoll, but we'll see. We'll see. We're still not at that point yet. Okay, you see the roll, and this Stoutland gets discarded, so that's really good. We don't have to worry about that anymore, which is a big relief, honestly. A pretty big relief. So I wonder if they're just gonna grab the Luminion. No, a Lugia. So that indicates either Marnie or Research, I reckon. Benches the Lugia. We're having... Okay, no, never mind. They're just gonna be able to power up before they Research or Marnie, which is the correct way to do about it. To go about it, sorry. That way they get the energies out of the deck, and they're less likely to draw the ones that they need, and also less likely to just draw energies in general. They will play Bruce Prime at Wisdom, though. And there we see the Archeops. Maybe they don't have a supporter. Maybe they're just thinning the deck. We'll find out soon enough. I feel like if you have a supporter here, you definitely play it. Okay, double capture energy on the active. Double turbo on something else to the Lugia so that they can't KO. Oh, wait, what? Okay. I actually really appreciate that. Sydney is tempting to see their hand, but this is just like really fantastic, honestly. I'll only devour 3 cards, but I'm happy with that. And that was 3 pretty relevant cards. Nothing major. That was really surprising though. Like genuinely surprising. Now I have a Bruno for next turn, which is great. I want Rescue Carrier plus ways to find Durants. That's the dream. Perfect, there's energy. And let's go Bruno. Right, we do see Quick Ball, we do see Rescue Carrier. Actually don't. Oh, I didn't pay attention. Alright, there was 1 Durant prize. I thought I did, remember that, but I actually generally was not sure. Okay, so if I yell horn, I force my opponent to commit more energy, so I think it's worth it. I do think it is worth it. I also have the Peony follow-up, which is great. Get the DURANT for 4 cards here. And Devour. And then I can do the same thing. They'll knock me out, and then I can grab the horn once again. Alright, this time I discarded Stadium, Quick Ball, Dog Spurs, and Manaphy. Pretty good cards to be hitting right here. And the fact that they need to power up at least 3 cards out of their deck means it's almost like Arceus is using its own Devour. But I will say, my opponent token KOing me is literally giving me free turn. So maybe because my opponent was focusing on that, maybe confusing here was actually the wrong move. Based on how my opponent has been playing, maybe that was the wrong move actually. Because, like, if they were focusing on Oranguru, I was definitely going to win. So that's my bad. Maybe I should have played with the fact that my opponent chose not to power up something else. We'll see. We'll see if I get punished for this. I could use Evil Doll, like I said here. Losing that energy is not ideal, however. So do I discard energies this turn? Is that better? I mean, it's almost like using Devour. It almost is, honestly. So you know what? Let's do it. Makes good use of my energy as well. Or rather, my hand, right? It's not as destructive. Oh yeah, my energy. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant, my energy. And then off the Peony, I'll grab, like, I'll Quick Ball for Radiant Venusaur attached to a Durant, and Peony will grab me the thing. The Yellhorn plus Rescue Carrier. That's what I want. And then Venusaur will get me extra cards afterwards, so... Applying a lot of pressure. They have 22 cards, 20 now. 18, so that means 4 attacks off Durant. I'm gonna need like 1 Confusion Flip, maybe. We'll see. They are down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 energies as well. So that is a solid amount of energies they're down. Alright, I just find the carrier, which is nice. Can't get back the Evil Doll, however, but that is okay. Go ahead with this. Establish the Radiant Venusaur. Could have gone for Evil Doll again, though. Maybe that was better. Do Peony for Yellhorn plus Cape. Nah. I could just grab another Peony, honestly. No, what I need is energy afterwards, right? In case my opponent does manage to KO me. So I'm gonna grab these 2. I'm gonna confuse them, not ourselves, and we will Devour. I did not hit a single energy off of that Devour, though. So usually Lugia decks are playing 15 to 16 energy. If they choose to retreat, then it would be maybe time for Evil Doll. I think now would have been a good time for Evil Doll, though. Make them attach energies from their deck, and then, like, with Confusion, in fact. And then they have to commit more energies, and they don't have a way to retreat into a different attacker. So that was probably a mistake on my part. Could be costly. I mean, I can still try and do it, right? That was definitely a mistake. We'll have to see if it ends up being costly or not. When I see the Primal Turbo, powering up 1 energy, the Arceus, committing a double turbo as well. Okay, we are going to see the retreat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes for the boss onto the cast form. Okay. Understandably so. Now the confusion is a lot harder for sure. So, but now Cape of Toughness could actually put them in a little bit of a situation. All right, let's go Bruno. All right, there's a Cape of Toughness, which is nice. Let's go pitch. Draw one extra card. Okay, so I do have Scoop Up Net as well. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 energy. So if I hit some energy right here, like 1 energy. All right, I hit 1 energy. That's really good. And double Serena, that doesn't really matter. Okay, I think we have this. They are down to 1 turn left. They can't KO with the active, so they do have to retreat and power up. The question is, can they power up anything? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 energy. So they might have exactly 2 left. They miss the first Primal Turbo. That's probably an energy getting put back into the deck. Or not. Maybe there's energies getting put back into the deck off of that specifically. Alright. It should get me close to energies though. No energy. Oof. Found the cave. Oh my gosh. That's bad. Okay. I need to find an energy myself. I need to discard their energies. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oof. I have a feeling they're gonna win here. I have a feeling they have me. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab Mewtwo. And let's go ahead and pitch it. Okay, that's not actually good. Darn it. I don't think I'll be able to pull this off. Okay, I'm gonna bench the Puke. The Yellhorn though. I mean, Radiant Venusaur does survive a hit, right? So maybe I can go out into the Radiant Venusaur here. I should have Scoop Up Nets left. So you know what? I'm gonna do that. And then I will discard you. Fail. Bench, draw 3. Right, we find a Bruno. Now we need Scoop Up Nets. No Scoop Up Nets. Oof. No Scoop Up Nets are prized. So, yeah. Do they have energy left to KO? Like, can they power up retreat KO? They're not immediately doing it, so maybe they can't. Gosh, not doing anything that turn was awful though. But I mean, I drew things in the wrong order, sure. Maybe I should have rested. I don't know. Okay, they failed the Primal Turbo. But they do have a Rancor Room. Maybe they were just checking. This is intense. Okay, they go for a boss. Okay, so it comes down to a coin flip then? No! The coin flip, the confusion coin flip. And they had the boss. Oh well. I mean, maybe I should have risked it though. I feel like it was more likely I found energy than Scoop Up Net at that point. I definitely needed energy no matter what to do anything. So I don't know. Maybe I could have played that a little better, or been a little more risky, rather. Not better, but riskier. Because if I find the scoop of nets to... Yeah, so I guess technically what I should have done is promote the Venusaur, which was not getting KO'd that turn unless there was a boss play. And then if I found the right combination, I could have confused, eliminated energy. I don't know. A little convoluted. It could have been more risky, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Always fun playing DURANT. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.